Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I think is going to be really important for controller players specifically. Um, Basically I've heard for a long time that there were differences in aim assist between Cold War guns and Modern Warfare guns, and I'm not a controller player so I never looked into it. But I decided to finally, because I've been hearing from a lot of good players that the Kar98 has more aim assist. So I went in and tested it out, and the differences are actually pretty massive and dramatic. So I think it's a really important video that's going to help a lot of people out. We're also going to talk about just the two guns in general and some changes I've made to bullet velocity. But as always, if you guys like the content, drop a sub, a like, and a comment to help us out and support the website and the YouTube channel. But let's get into it. First of all, we'll talk about bullet velocities and just some stat changes on the site. So recently I went in and updated all the bullet velocities for all the sniper rifles. I've given them basically the bullet velocity you get at about 200 meters from your target, which I feel like is a pretty, a good measurement distance, because a lot of sniper engagements are going to happen from 100 meters to 200 meters. So these are going to be more accurate for most real engagements. The bullets slow down at different rates based on the ballistics of the bullet. So that's why it's important to test everything at a realistic distance. And before I was testing everything at 500 meters, so the bullet had a lot more time to slow down, and the ballistics, like the caliber of the bullet and the weight of the bullet and things like that, those are all programmed into the game. They try to do a realistic physics simulation in this game, so they affect how fast the bullet's going to slow down over time, which means that 500 meters might have different results than 200 meters, and you're almost never actually trying to snipe people at 500 meters. So it's much better to do like a 200 meter test. So all the bullet velocities are updated on the site if you want to check those out for the sniper rifles. I haven't done it for the other guns yet. Also, I've added all the tac rifle attachments now, so all the M16, DMR, Type 63, things like that have attachments, as well as all the Cold War snipers. Been working really hard on all this stuff, so we'll get that out as soon as possible. Pistols have attachments now, so you can at least like save them to your profile if you want, but they don't have stats yet. I'll be getting the stats soon, but at least all the placeholders are there, and I'll probably also be bringing shotguns to the site pretty soon as well, in some form. I don't know how I'm going to work for the TTK and DPS charts because of the pellet spread and stuff, but I'm still going to get them on there in one form or the other, if not only for mobility stats and ADS stats and things like that. We'll see how that works out, but working really hard. Premium features are coming very soon, getting all the stats updated. Really good things coming for TrueGameData in the next few months, so I just wanted to cover all that. So first up, I've talked about the differences between the two guns a lot in the past, so I'm just going to briefly cover this. Big differences: the Swiss has much more zoom on its scope. It hits a lot harder in chest shots and neck shots. ADS times are worse on the Swiss, but not that much worse. So you can see here, the Swiss does a bunch more damage to the neck, about 40 more damage to the neck, about 35 more damage to the chest. So a pretty nice little bonus there. They both one-shot, headshot. They have about the same fire rate, 42 RPM to the Kar98's 44 RPM. Everything else is pretty similar. The one really big benefit of the Swiss is you get that really fast reload time, all 5 bullets at once. Huge plus of the Swiss. And then looking at summary stats, these are both built with the fastest possible ADS in mind. So Kar98 gets at 356 milliseconds of ADS, and Swiss gets 395. Movement speed's a little better on the Swiss. ADS movement speed's a little bit better on the Swiss, and bullet velocity is basically identical. So overall, looking at this stuff, I've always given the edge to the Swiss, and I still would for mouse and key players. But let's go take a look at these aim assist results between the two guns, because it's pretty crazy and pretty dramatic, and I think the recommendation is completely 100% Kar98 after this. But yeah, let's look at the aim assist results. So basically what I did to test this was I queued into Plunder with my controller. I don't ever play on controller, which is why I've never really looked into this stuff, but because of this and all these rumors, I decided to plug in a controller and test it out, because I know a huge portion of the population uses controllers. So right now you can see I've got the Kar98 out, and I was testing hipfire rotational aim assist. Rotational aim assist is the aim assist you get when you're strafing or moving in any way. It kind of keeps you slightly on target towards where you're aiming. There's kind of like a bubble around the person you're aiming at, where if you're inside that bubble with your aim, it will slow down your rotation and pivot you towards the target a little bit, so you can see it's doing it right here. This is completely left thumbstick. I'm not using my right thumbstick at all to aim. And you can see it kind of holds me closer to the target and slows down my rotation. You can see I wasn't getting hip fire there, but when I ADS, I'm still getting rotational ADS. All of this is just left thumbstick. I'm never touching my right thumbstick here. So basically what I found was the Kar98 gets hip fire, rotational aim assist out to 35 meters. So that will help you with quick scoping and things like that. But it gets ADS rotational all the way out to about 200 meters, which is pretty far. I mean, that's as far as you're going to be using a Kar98 most of the time, probably. But you can see it's still doing rotational aim assist here as I'm strafing back and forth. It kind of holds me towards the target. It could be pretty dramatic effect too. It really helps. Rotational is very strong in this game and really helps with keeping your aim on target and getting your aim on target as you're strafing. That's one caveat though. You have to be moving in order for this to take effect. Otherwise, you don't get it at all. You can see how it's just kind of holding my reticle a lot closer to the target as I'm strafing back and forth, kind of causing my character to pivot and aim more towards the target as I strafe back and forth. So like I said, the cutoff is around 200 meters with rotational aim assist for the Kar98. So you can see I'm not getting any rotational aim assist right here. I was about 210 meters away. This is me moving with the right thumbstick a little bit. Right here, I'm just strafing though. I'm not getting any of that stickiness to the target when I'm strafing. That's how I know rotational aim assist is not doing anything there. But it cuts off right at 200 meters, it seems. All right, so for the first difference of the Swiss, first of all, never gets hip fire rotational aim assist. So I've got the Swiss out right here. You can see I'm getting no rotational aim assist, even right up in Krieger's face here. It just doesn't have any effect anywhere. Whereas the Kar98 gets it out to 35 meters, like I said. So next up, let's compare the ADS rotational aim assist with the Swiss and the Kar98. So basically what you're going to see here is the Swiss does have rotational aim assist, but it's just very minimal compared to the Kar98. So this is the Swiss right now. You can see I'm getting a little bit of that rotational aim assist, but it just doesn't stick to him nearly as hard as the Kar98. So I'll swap to the Kar98 here in a second. You'll see it just sticks to him way better. So this is the Kar98. Just really sticks to him way better. And it's not a function of ADS movement speed because they have relatively similar ADS movement speed. So you can see this is back to the Swiss. The actual rotational aim assist on the Kar98 appears to be much better to me. I stay on target for a lot longer. All right, one last look at this rotational aim assist difference up close. It's much easier to see the effect up close, but the effect is everywhere out to 200 meters. So I got the Kar98 here first. You can see it turns how I'm aimed dramatically. This is all left thumbstick. This is not using the right thumbstick at all. I switch to the Swiss. It doesn't turn me nearly as much. It's not sticking to the target nearly as hard as the Kar98 did. So I wanted to see if this was an effect of Cold War guns versus Modern Warfare guns, or specific guns differences, or maybe sniper class weapons versus marksman rifle class weapons. So what I did is I got the HDR and the SPR. SPR is a marksman rifle, HDR is a Modern Warfare sniper. And you can see here the SPR is getting rotational aim assist when hip firing, and the HDR is not. So that's exactly the same as before, where the Swiss didn't get any rotational hip fire. And also the HDR and the Swiss are both sniper rifles. So I think it's mostly category based. These seem to be about the same strength to me as the Kar98 versus the Swiss. So I do think it is weapon category based, not individual weapon based, but there could be exceptions to that rule. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this testing for different guns, because I feel like this is actually super important for controller players. That's not really been covered. So here's ADS with the SPR. You can see it sticks really hard to the target, just like the Kar98 did. I switch over to the HDR, and again, the HDR has it, but it's just not nearly as strong as the SPR. So I don't know how well known this is because I'm not a controller player. Maybe people know this already, but I had never heard this, and I'm pretty in tune with the community, even though I'm not a controller player. So I thought it would be really important to get this out to the community and let them know that different weapons, maybe only different categories of weapons have different aim assist. Again, drop a comment if you want to see me cover this more for a bunch of different weapons and categories and things. I feel like this is a really interesting topic, especially since so many people play on controller. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you found it useful and it's going to help you play COD better, drop a sub, a like, and a comment. Help me out. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you had a great day, and I will see you in the next video.